What's up, guys? Mike here from Ekim Knives. And, I guess this is going to be my first vlog, if you will. My first official vlog. Not that I'm going to make this a common thing, but it's just something on my mind that I would just want to get out there. I just want to... I figure if I put it out there, that maybe it will kind of make me own it, if you will. And, I guess to segue into something, you ever had one of those weeks where everything goes wrong? Right? I know you do, because everybody does. Everybody has that week, that day, that month even, where it's just the little rain clouds following you around, and everything you touch turns to crap. Nothing works the way you want it to, and it's frustrating. It's so frustrating. So, on top of that, not only did I have one of those weeks a couple weeks ago, but it kind of made me learn something, and I want to admit some faults as a knife maker to you guys. So if I share those faults, I figure I will address those faults. And it's something that needs to be addressed. So, and this is real, guys. This is not, you know, something I do for views or fun, or, well, I do it for fun, because I like this, but figure, let's put it out there. Because I know a lot of you guys are going through the same thing. I get video requests all the time for, can you show your mistakes? Can you show this? Can you show that? Because the thing with YouTube is, typically what you see on YouTube is the best they have to show you. Not here. You're going to see a little bit of everything. So let's go through some failures, huh? Alright, so right after I uploaded last week's video about me building a website, right, and teaching myself to build it and everything, my computer crashed. Just gone, lost everything. And it wasn't like some kind of virus. I'm not on all those like bad sites often and stuff like that. So anyway, the video card is ancient, and the computer's like 5 years old, but it had everything on it. And back when I bought it, I purposely bought a high-end computer at the time to do HD video. But it's kind of like driving a Honda Civic at 100 miles an hour all day long. Eventually you're going to blow it up, right? It'll do it, but you're going to kill it eventually. So I'm thinking that's what happened. I don't know. I'm not a computer genius or anything. All I know is the computer stopped working. So anyway, we tried, we went to the store, me and my buddy, we bought like every graphics card on the shelf, and none of them worked. And then this guy's telling me that the motherboard's probably fried, and having all these people come and look at it, because, to be honest, I didn't have the money to buy a new one. So, 4 days of this, trying to figure this out, because I need this computer, and I need everything on the hard drive. I say, forget it, it's lost. And I didn't have the money to replace it. All the money's in here. So my buddy says, he's my best friend, he's going to be my best man at my wedding. He says, listen, he's like, I got extra money. He's like, take the money, give it back to me. And I don't like borrowing money. But he really didn't give me a choice. So anyway, we go to the store, we buy the computer, and I start the recovery process. We hooked up the old hard drive, and we're able to get 90% of it back. So that's a good thing. But man, I was down in the dumps. While I was in the shop, I figured, you know what, I'll get some work done while I'm waiting for this computer. And I destroyed everything I touched. I went to go make a new flipper and immediately screwed up the handles after hours of work. I tried to grind something else, and it wasn't happening. It just wasn't my week. And that kind of made me realize something of what I'm good at knife making and what I'm terrible at. And I want to focus on what I'm terrible at here. And this, once I tell you what it is, you're going to realize that, wow, he really does do that. So I think, you know, in my humble opinion, that I'm very good and I enjoy the research and development part. So figuring out how to do something. I see something out there that I want to recreate, and I say, you know what, I can do that. And I'll spend hours and hours researching, reading, watching videos, whatever it takes to figure it out. And then, once I complete it, I immediately lose interest. Which brings me to my fault, is production. It's once I have the way to do it, It's the execution and the actual doing it that I struggle with. For example, the flipper model, I made one. I figured out how to do it, made one. I tried to make another one, but I blew it. The Tanto, made one. Right? I have 5 blanks hanging on the wall back here. Haven't ground the other ones. So, I think this is a personality trait of mine, because believe it or not, years and years ago, this fat guy right here, ran a marathon. Right? I'll pop in a picture if I still have it. I ran a marathon. And it was one of those deals where I trained and I trained and I trained for it. And as soon as I ran the marathon, I said, screw it, never ran again. That's the truth. I mean, as you can see. What I need to do is get that level of discipline back. Kind of like going to the gym. Actually, another thing I don't do. But if you set a routine, let's say I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week, rain, sleet, or snow, I'm going, and stick to it. That's what I need to do. So I started doing that a little bit this week, and I'm actually getting stuff done, which is excellent. This chef knife that has been waiting for a long time finally has handles on it. It's getting a lot closer to completion. The website, which I still have to work on, I'm going to start working on that tonight when it gets too cold to be out here. Just a little bit of everything. I want to progress more and be more productive. All right, as I said a couple of times, 2016 needs to be the year I take this serious. The other fault, right, so we're going to address this one too, is I seem to get it in my head that I need the specific machine to get it done. So I'll give you an example. The surface grinder, right here. Do you need a surface grinder for knife making? Yes and no. It can be done without it. No question, all day, all night. It's slower. It's more tedious, whatever. It's a little more miserable without a surface grinder. But it can be done. And I admire the guys out there where you look at some of the amazing things they make in their shops, and it's with minimal tools. The small hand tools, the this, that, the other thing. So I think that buying a new tool or buying a new piece of equipment is going to make me more productive, but it's not. I'm not addressing the real problem, and the real problem is me. So this is me just coming out and addressing it, and if you have a similar issue, maybe this is kind of your wake-up call as well. That's why I wanted to make this video and share it with you guys. Right? Now, there are guys that are complete opposites, the opposite side of the spectrum, where they love the production, but they will not do the research. They won't do the homework. So they'll just get in and they'll just start grinding away steel. They'll make 100 knives in a month, but they all suck. You know, it's the fit and finish isn't there, or maybe the heat treat is wrong, or there's just something wrong with it, but they don't see it because they're so production minded. The ideal knife maker is a little bit of both, and that's what I want to be. That's what I'm striving for. So maybe putting that out there will help you guys, and maybe help myself with correcting these issues. At the end of the day, this isn't my day job. This is just a fun hobby, but you know what? I want to take it just a little bit higher. Take it to that next level. You remember about that bad week I was telling you about in the beginning of this video? Well, things have a tendency to turn around, and I was no exception. All of a sudden, the following week, everything just started falling in place. Even things I never expected. One of you, who I don't know who it is, somebody anonymously did something very, very nice for me. And I'm not going to elaborate and put their business out there, but whoever it was, thank you very much. It's I can't thank you enough. You helped me out more than you would ever know. So hopefully they're watching and they heard that. But aside from people helping me out, it's just things started working the way they were supposed to. I picked up some steel and I was grinding, and I successfully ground a blade without screwing it up. I came out here and I'm working on new handles, and it's working so far. So things have a tendency to look up. You just got to stick with it. It's those bad weeks that separate the weak from the strong. Don't be the weak guy, because that good week is coming. Alright guys, hopefully this wasn't too long, too rambly. My first vlog. But next video, which I'm going to shoot right now, we're going to finish up this handle. This is my first time working wood. Scary stuff. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This is Mike here from Ekim Knives, and I'll catch you on the next video.